This is the Laffey, a Tier 8 premium American destroyer. It is the main reward for the Last of Sumner campaign, and it is by all accounts a pretty impressive gunboat. But you know what? I have built a torpedo build on this boat, and I'm finding that the guns are still so strong that doesn't really matter. And my commander is Gleaves. Let's check out how I have him set up here, and I've only got one preset going on Gleaves. Base trait is from afar, and that improves the torpedo range. Nothing wrong with an improved torpedo range here. Inspirations is Eric Bay for Shifty, improves the destroyer detectability, as does Jersey Swirsky Hide and Seek. Then here for the first skill, we have Subsurface Venture to increase the torpedo speed and the reload speed of the torpedoes, but you do take a hit on your main gun reload time. Look at me now as the second skill, and that improves the sea detectability range. So we're going for stealth, we're going for torpedoes, and the guns are so strong that we're still going to do pretty darn good in the highlight you're going to see. Perceptive is the third skill, and that improves the incoming damage to your destroyer. It reduces the incoming damage, and most importantly, it shows the direction of the closest enemy ship. Smoke on the water is next, and that improves your smoke screen dispersion time and deployment time. And then we have Unstoppable. It improves the engine repair time. It also allows for a reduced mobility with a disabled engine and or rudder. The special effect improves the damage control party cooldown time when you're within 7.5 kilometers of an enemy ship. Improves that by 50%, and that is pretty important. All right, so yeah, I've got Gleaves maxed out to rank 16, legendary 4, to get the most benefit out of all those skills. Upgrades for the Laffey is pretty standard. ME Systems Mod 1 improves the main battery dispersion. Then we went with the Propulsion Mod 2 to quicken your acceleration to reach full power. Concealment System Mod 1 is next, and that is helping the stealth capability. Detectability range is improved, as is the incoming fire dispersion, and that will help really scatter incoming shells. Then we went with the Torpedo Launcher Mod 3 to improve the torpedo launcher reload time. Risk of torpedo launchers being incapacitated is worsened by 50% here. It's not improved. It's made a lot worse, but I sort of find that in a battle it doesn't really matter to this point, and I hope that they do not quote-unquote fix that. All right, so the loadout, yeah, you got your ammunition here, consumables, damage control party, duration is 5 seconds, reloads every 38 seconds, and those are unlimited. Awesome. Repair party consumable will partially restore the ship's HP by repairing any light damage at the rate of 277 hit points per second. It runs for 20 seconds, and it reloads every 114 seconds, and there are 2 of those. Smoke generator consumable duration is 16 seconds. Dispersion is 64.8 seconds. Reloads every 114 seconds. And believe it or not, this is it's not really rolling smoke. I'm thinking it's kind of a creeping smoke, and the unlimited number of consumables there means that you can keep running your smoke generator throughout the match, and it will reload every 114 seconds or so, every minute 40. Defensive AA fire, average AA per second is improved by 400%. When you got this boat, though, because of the defensive AA fire, you really don't see any aircraft carriers in the match. It's just one of those conspiracy theory things that I have happened to notice with my Agincourt, which has 0 defensive AA fire. It's got nothing. You see aircraft carriers in the match every single time with the Agincourt. When you got a boat with great defensive AA fire, you don't see an aircraft carrier hardly at all. Just saying. Boosters, we got those maxed out epic boosters across the board. That could change depending on the match. Don't want to forget the Laffey flag. Go ahead and install that when you unlock the ship. And the ship does come, let me just switch it over here. It does come with a Type 9 Premium Permanent Camouflage and normal sea detectability and incoming fire dispersion of 4.5% respectively. I'm running the Helheim Premium Skin, which you can get from the Halloween event, which is going on right now. So you want to make sure to go ahead and do that. Survivability hit points is 18,500. I guess that's pretty good. Armor, do not get hit. 40% fire resistance. That's pretty interesting that that stat is in here now. Main battery, here we go. So the only thing that is not improved in the main battery is the reload time. And if you go here, you see that it's just not even a half a second that we've worsened the reload time, but the range is 11.5 kilometers, which is good. And the dispersion is really improved here. So I'm telling you, you don't really have much of a detriment by going with the torpedoes like this. Unless you're no good at torpedoes, and go ahead and build for the guns. And some people are no good at torpedoes. You have 2 launchers, 5 torpedoes each. Range is 8.5 kilometers with a 70 knot speed. They reload every 102 seconds, so about every minute 40. And maximum damage, simulated damage is 16,799. And arming distance, I haven't really seen this mentioned before at all, but yeah, so arming distance is worse than a little bit, but I don't really know what setting I used to nerf the arming distance. If you know, let me know down in the comments. Wow, okay. Defensive AA fire, okay. I guess you need an aircraft carrier, and I haven't seen any lately, but the guns don't really look all that great, do they? So maneuverability, 37, almost 38 knots. That is awesome. And let me see, rudder shift time, I'm trying to find the new numbers now, 3.1 seconds, that's pretty good. And the spool up time is pretty cool now, 8 seconds for spool up. By the way, the Colbert has the worst spool up time in the entire game from what I've seen. It's like 15 or 20 seconds or so. It's way worse than battleships. But yeah, engine spool time, that's a pretty cool stat. All right, concealment rated at 99. We've maxed out the concealment as much as we can. Detectability range by sea is 5.3 kilometers. Air is 7.3. If you're firing the smoke, 2.6. So far, I guess I've done okay. I've played 4 matches, only with 3 victories. That's not completely terrible. Whatever you do, do not get hit. Overview. Above average main battery reload speed. And yeah, that is correct. Even when you build into the torpedoes. How about that? A heel consumable. You can always use that heel consumable. And it does seem to have an above average ability to change direction with that 3.1 rudder shift. So then the Laffey is an USN Sumner class destroyer, and it was commissioned in February 1944. That year she participated in the Allied landings in Normandy, as well as in several amphibious operations in the Philippines. During the Battle of Okinawa, Laffey came under massive attack by Japanese aircraft. Thanks to the incredible efforts of her crew, the destroyer survived 6 kamikaze hits, any one of which could have sent a larger ship to the bottom. Wow, how about that? After her repairs, Laffey continued serving in the U.S. Navy until the mid-1970s. Entered service in 1944, and there were 58 ships in the Sumner class. Wow, okay. So let's go out in a standard battle and see what we can do with a gunboat with a torpedo build. and check out those freaky arms.
Okay, everybody, here we go. A gunboat with a torpedo build. We are coming in here to capture C. That's an Iwami B over there, which we'll catch up with in a little bit. And we're going to go over a little bit about the spool up times for battleships here in a little bit. But right here, I think this indicator here, I'm checking out the teams. The Sumners and a Minegumo are the destroyers on the red team. The Summers, you want to look out for that. That is a Tier 7 classic ship, a CE ship, and you don't really want to mess with that. That is a devastating ship. The Minegumo here, you see I'm being spotted by the Minegumo, and that is because I've already checked. He has 0.3 of a kilometer better concealment than I have. So if he stays within this 0.3 of a gap right there, he has an advantage on me. But here, I deploy the smoke. You can see that there is a bit of a rolling smoke situation, but at full speed, I'm outrunning the smoke. And the torpedoes are coming in right where I was. So when you're in the smoke, if you think that you're being spotted by a cruiser or a destroyer, you do not want to stay in the smoke. That is like the number one thing that people get nailed with, it seems like. So here, I'm going to come around near that island, and I'm going to start looking for the destroyer as I come around, and I'm going to think about recapturing C again. But while the Minegumo has a much better, 0.3 of a kilometer better concealment, I believe I have superior guns, and he's going to be at a little bit of a disadvantage as far as the guns go. But I've kind of looked up the stats on the Minegumo after playing this game, and it turns out that his traverse time is just a little worse than mine, and the reload is a little worse than mine. A lot of Japanese destroyers have a horrendous traverse time, especially at the lower tiers of the main guns, and you are at a complete disadvantage as a gunboat in a Japanese destroyer. Your main advantage there is the concealment and awesome torpedoes. Here we are going to kind of keep an eye over on the left over there, even though the indicators will pop up like right there. You can see detected and spotted. So I don't know if that's the destroyer or whether it's the Iwami B here. So I'm firing at the Iwami B, so he sees that I am there, and he's going to start coming forward. Here's a Minegumo, and I've targeted him, and you're going to see the guns really are pretty accurate here. And he's kind of in big trouble, even though his engine has been conked out. He is still, he is still not really doing too well, and looks like my teammate in the battleship is really taking care of business on. Those look like HE shells. So we are going to spin around here as quick as possible. Yeah, I got some incoming fire from over on my right-hand side there when I was spotted momentarily. But we're going to come around here back into C, and we're going to start capturing C, and we are going to engage that Iwami B. And what you're going to find out is he is having a problem, going to have a problem with my torpedoes. There he is right there. And he's going to have a torpedo because his spool up time is like 11 seconds. So he's going to be like literally dead in the water on the spool up differential, going from forward speed to reverse speed. And he's not going to be able to get out of the way quick enough for these torpedoes to hit. And 4 torpedoes are going to get a hit here, and that is going to be a destroyed ship. That's some awesome damage. I almost thought that he had enough health, at least when we started, where that may have been a devastating strike, but I'm sure my teammate knocked him down enough to where he didn't have that much health, and only 36,000 damage there between the torpedo hits and whatever I did on the Minegumo. So here, for a while, we had a 2-ship destroyed ship advantage, but now it's only 1 ship. And my teammate and the other destroyer got wiped out, so I don't want to get wiped out because our team would really be at a disadvantage here. But there's another ship on the other side of the island there. So after we capture this base, we are going to run around on the other side of the island and look to get into it with as many ships as we can. I think there's going to be a Niord up there, which we're going to, say hello to. But, yeah, so here comes my teammate. He's trying to get in on some of the captured base action here. Yeah, whatever. I don't care. I think I get less XP if my teammate comes in at the last minute, and it's not really like stealing a kill, but it is kind of like stealing a captured base. How about that? No one's talking about a captured base, but check this out. Yeah, thank you very much for running into me. That is awesome. And I think he took a shot at me. That is awesome. That is great team play right there. Congratulations. Welcome to the party of playing computer games on a network with other people. Yeah, that's just the way it is. Cool. That's awesome. And here you can see, even though we have unlimited smoke, don't really have a need to use a smoke necessarily all that much. Here is the Niord, and we are just going to shove into the gap up there and fire some torpedoes. And he's going to be milling around in the gap where we will get at least one hit. And I thought, like, check this out when it actually happens. I thought we would get many more hits, but at the last minute, there seemed to be some amazing turning circle radius action there going on. And yeah, it's amazing that he's able to turn like that, but he does, especially with the spool up time. I guess he gets enough of a warning that the torpedoes are coming. So here, a fire's going. He's pointing his guns at my teammate, so that is cool. I'm being spotted right here, and there's another torpedo. There is another smoke screen that I've deployed. So there's a couple more smoke screens, but they don't last long, and it's going to take another couple minutes to reload right there. But yeah, you're going to see that as he's backing up, and I think he starts going forward, he's going to get his rudder is going well enough to where he completely avoids those torpedoes. I'm going to have to check out the spool up time on the Niord. It's a lot better than it was on the Iwami, it seems like. But yeah, I thought there was another couple hits, and that would have been some great damage, at least 10,000 damage here, had we have gotten more hits. But yeah, Niord is very maneuverable. That is awesome. But we are going to end up with around 10,000 more damage here by the time it's all said and done. Then we're going to go start capturing bases. But you can see how accurate these guns are. So even though we didn't really build into the guns any more than is what the ship comes with, that is some pretty good accurate shooting right there. So, all right, so 67-8. We get another assisted destroyed ship. Now we are just going to go and power up. And so it looked like I got the captured base by myself back there. So, okay. I thought that my teammate... okay, so this is the second time I've had to do this video because for whatever reason, after I recorded the last session, I didn't, the recording wasn't there. So I got to do this again. Kind of bogus, but that is welcome to content creation in today's world. But okay, so I get to notice that my teammate didn't bogart me on that captured base. Maybe that's why he ran into me, because he's upset that the base got captured right as he entered the base, and he didn't get a captured base there. Maybe that's what that was. So whatever, still. All right, so we have one captured base, so we're going to get a couple assisteds here with B and A over there. So yeah, so 34 seconds. But yeah, I'm not really sure if there's really all that much to say about the Laffey in and of itself, because it is just a standard destroyer. It is a great destroyer for $10, a tier 8 premium destroyer for $10. I don't think you can really go wrong with this campaign by getting this destroyer. I believe you get the skin from completing the hard mission in the Halloween event. And yeah, so I have noticed that on this year's Halloween event, completing each of those modes is extremely easy up until you get up to insane mode, and I don't really recall that that was true last year. So if you guys can help me out, was that really true last year? I don't remember it. If it was, yeah, go ahead and leave a comment. That helps out the metrics for the video. And I think when you complete the hard mode is where you get the Laffey skin. So being a community contributor, we got the ship and the skin anyway as part of being part of that program. But yeah, the arms are kind of creepy, and what the arms, hands, whatever, what that reminds me of is the hand on Who Mourns for Adonis from the original Star Trek TV show, where the Enterprise crew runs into the god Apollo, and he has a hand which is made of pure energy, and Apollo grabs the Enterprise with that hand at the beginning of the episode. It's one of I think it's one of the more it's one of the better episodes, I think. All right, so we're going to come up here and capture A. And yeah, we are still behind here. Even though we have 2 bases captured, only 2.5 minutes left in the game, we are starting to capture A. So we can still lose this match because the score is so close. If one of my teammates ends up getting their ships destroyed, it looks like the cruiser one. I'm not sure what he was doing, but he doesn't have any damage. I'm sure that was because of superior play on his part. So congratulations on the cruiser player. So yeah, after we capture this base, we're going to go over and try to defend B, because B is going to start getting captured here. And I'm going to assume that that is from the Summers. Yeah, so Sumner, it sounds like the Summers. I don't find that the Sumner, Tier 8 American tech tree ship Sumner, is really that great of a ship. I never had that great of luck with that ship, but the Laffey seems a little bit different. So yeah, Laffey I think is a fun ship to play. Sumner, not so much. Summers, Tier 7 ship, that is awesome. It's got 3 torpedo racks from what I remember, kind of like the Japanese ships, and it has a great responding main gun and pretty good concealment. So that is probably my go-to American destroyer at Tier 7 if I need to get a win. But right here, okay, so my teammate in the Picardy up there is going up here to try to capture B, and what I don't realize right now is he has 4 kills, and I think he is going for the Kraken. And here I'm telling him to get back, because we are less than a minute away from, half a minute away from winning the match. If we don't get any ships destroyed, I think that would sway us to the point where the red team would win if the Picardy were to get destroyed, for example. So maybe not, because now we are up almost 73 points. So maybe we're all good, but still, he did stop, and I really appreciate the team play on the Picardy's part. In fact, he did have 4 destroyed ships. So here, big time victory for the Laffey. 404,000 silver credits, 67,000 total damage performance on 74 main gun hits, 5 torpedo hits, 2 assisted, a destroyed ship. We set a fire. We got a captured base. We got 2 assisted. We detected 4 red team ships. That is awesome. Let's see how we did on the team result. Here we came in second place with 2,300 XP. Picardy player had first place with almost the same amount of XP. He almost had 2,400 XP, but he in fact did have those 4 destroyed ships, and he was going for the Kraken. So again, I really appreciate the team play by not going in there and risking your ship and risking the loss of the victory. I've seen many matches where we have a victorious match only to be lost at the very end because players are so excited to engage the teammates that I think they don't really realize that that sways the match and it ends up as a loss at literally the last second. So in any event, I think the Laffey is definitely worth the $10 Admiralty backing, and it is an awesome Tier 8 American destroyer. Go ahead and let me know what you think down below. This is the Jaguar, and I'll see you on the high seas. Thanks for watching. Hit subscribe if you like it.